Hello and welcome to Nintendo Voice, your voice for everything Nintendo. This is episode 145, being recorded on the 4th of July 2018. My name is Lewis Pugh, and joining me to talk all things Nintendo is Harrison Milfeld.
Greetings, everyone.
And of course, we have a Colin Crompton.
Of course we do. Where else would I be? Hello, everyone.
Where else would he go?
Don't know.
Where did you go?
Yes,
Where did
please.
I
We
go?
forgot about your last episode.
I will see it.
Until the very end.
Was I here last episode?
No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't. I was away, wasn't I?
Oh, I thought that was all deliberate.
No.
Deliberate. Oh, I mean, were you just behind? Were you just like
Oh, yeah, I was
travel,
away. I was out of town. That's right. Yeah. No. Yeah, I was traveling.
traveling? Just not dealing. Well, I mean, traveling can be a little bit difficult knowing up there, but it just well, not knowing up there, but just let's just say traveling was not really on your side when it comes to it. To getting on time.
Going to where I was going was fine. It was the coming back. That's when the issues all started kicking up. So that's why I was late. I was like, no, I can't do the podcast. I'm late. So
Yeah, I think the reason maybe you thought you were here is because you did edit the episode
I
still.
did episode. Yeah, that's where it was. Yeah.
We were with you, but you weren't with us.
Yeah.
But you
Well,
did
one
grace
person
us with
was
the tune we teased about at the end of the show. It happened.
Yes, you did. You did do this. I was afraid that you weren't going to actually put that in, but
Yep.
you did. So
did.
thank you for putting do the Mario at the end.
Yeah.
So about yes, please do check out the past episode. Me and Lewis do have a very good discussion about what Nintendo soundtracks we'd like on iTunes.
Yeah,
Well, what a discussion for me to miss.
professional podcast editor. Colin, in fact, does listen to this show he's editing, so it's quite a feat.
I mean, surely every episode,
Of course,
You know what I mean?
of course. No one would just put an intro at the beginning and the end and call it a day.
Right.
Assumed it was all fine in the middle. I'm sure that's never happened before.
Never happened.
It's never happened before. And this is Nintendo Voice. Today,
Yes, video games.
we do have some games we've been playing. We're going to talk about in a moment. And we got some Nintendo news as well. And we do have a super topic this episode. Should we do a little super topic tease?
Oh, go for it.
Yes, why not? Please.
The shortened version is basically what games have we been recommended by different people but have never got around to, and what are our excuses for that? Essentially, so look forward for that at the end of the episode. If you really can't wait, you could scrub ahead. Really, you could just
Yes,
check out of it if you're not watching live.
Yes, you'll wonder why we've been avoiding these games, probably because even though everybody's been telling us just play them, but we're like, yeah, maybe I'll get to it.
Yeah, but what have we been playing? Colin, as
Well, what a segue that was.
Yeah, wow, good one.
Masterful, that.
it was all right. I mean, if you didn't draw attention to it, I think I would have got away with it.
Yeah,
Just
no,
about.
no chance.
Anyway, Colin,
Yes.
that might have been an attempt to distract me, but it did not work. What in particular have you been playing?
I've been playing one game in particular a lot lately.
Okay.
Because it's coming towards the end of the season. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite on Switch. The game that I've not played it previously on other platforms, but I've played it the most on Switch. I feel like it's kind of like the ideal platform for it. Because Fortnite's one of those games, like, the actual rounds of Fortnite that you play last like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. They're not long games. So it's quite good as a portable game. It works very well in that format. On other platforms, it's a bit of a pain to boot up an entire console. Just play 2 rounds of a game, then have to shut it off. Yeah, I'm hooked, which I never thought I would be, which is kind of surprising. Because this is my first like battle royale type game that I played.
Sure.
Very addictive. Very addictive. Horrendously addictive.
And are you playing this with like people you know, or are you just like you venturing out solo?
This is the thing about Fortnite. As a solo experience, I would say it's a below average game at best, because it's fine, but it's serviceable for what it is. But its true strength lies in the multiplayer. As a multiplayer game with 2 or more people, it's incredible. Especially with like the built-in voice chat for this game. The fact you can just plug in a headset and you're off. It's great.
Is that how you've been playing? Have you got a headset on your Switch?
I do.
Oh yeah, you found a way to get beyond that, or
yeah. Well, I had to buy a standard like 3.5mm jack headset.
Yeah.
So that would go into the Switch, but a USB headset does work when it's docked, which is a nifty little thing. I never knew that, but it works.
Yeah, I think that was one of the it's probably fairly old now, but one of the like major version of Switch updates which enabled it, but at the time was not of much significance. I don't think there was much to take advantage of it.
I'm still baffled by the fact that Splatoon 2 needs an app to do it. I just
it's dumb. It's dumb. We know it's dumb, but it's just here's the thing, like, and I'll echo basically this whole point. It's like the idea of the app of a Nintendo-based Switch app doesn't bother me. The idea of it is, but its execution is what infuriates me right now. Because I will say though, inside that app, the Splatnet app is it's worthwhile. It really is. It's the only thing that's worth checking out if you're an avid Splatoon 2 user. But as far as everything else, it's just, I don't know. You kind of hope that things are going to get corrected with this, but I'm not holding out hope for it. But again, when it comes to voice chat, I have options with Discord and whatnot. We have, but still, it's just, I don't know. In this day and age, and the toxicity of gamer culture right now, why would I really want to listen to people like unless it's people I know? But
exactly, that is exactly right. You wouldn't want to do it with randoms, but people you know. I feel like a system-wide chat that only works with people in your friends list, that would be fine. But they don't do that.
It's what they want.
I would like it. I really would like it. I'm hoping Smash does that. It's not going to, is it?
That's going to be a premium voice chat app. Promotional one, that one is.
Really? Oh, imagine that. That'd be terrible.
Well, the odd thing is, and that, like, even in Splatoon 2, which is like the one app, or the one game which uses the app currently, it only does so in such a limited fashion. In terms of like, you're great. The actual Splatnet features are really genuinely really cool. But in terms of like doing voice chat and such, it is still like segmented in separate moods and such. It's still, even in that game, you can't just switch it on across the board.
Right.
It's just in that like smartphone app mode.
It is like, why make it so anti-user friendly?
It's almost deliberately so.
It's almost anti-Nintendo, I would say, because usually the things are quite simple to use, and now like, we're going to make this as complicated as possible. Good luck.
Yeah.
But
Fortnite,
I haven't.
Fortnite is fun then.
It's fun though. Yeah, come on.
Sure.
I mean, you've been streaming. You've been streaming it. It has to be at least some form of fun for you.
I've been streaming what?
You've been streaming it, haven't you?
We're back on Fortnite, Colin.
Oh, Fortnite. I've not been streaming it, but I have been making excessive use of the save video feature.
Oh, for the Switch, gotcha.
That is amazing, by the way. I don't think I get enough credit. How simple it is just to record a 30-second clip.
Yeah, both the screenshots and the little 30-second clips.
Yeah.
Quality could be a little bit better. Quality for that one could be a little bit better, and the fact of a little bit longer videos would be nice. But still, it's going to become really popular when Smash comes out, though.
Oh, when Smash! It's just great for creating little highlights. It really is, and it's so easy to just go into your album and be like, right, I've got this video. You can send them to Twitter, like a few clicks, and I'm really quite impressed by that little thing. But yeah,
it's a feature which, like, I know my Xbox One does both screenshots and videos, but I hardly ever use it. In fact, I don't know if I've ever taken a screenshot because I'm not entirely sure how it's done. But just the simplicity.
I don't know. Switch is just like just push. Or,
exactly.
Yeah, just on it. Like,
and I know, like on the Xbox, it's all driven through like the Xbox button, but it's a multifunctional button. Like you press it once, it does one thing. You press and hold it, and it already does something else. None of those things are sharing.
You triple tap it and hold it, and then
it might be like a double tap or some. I'm not sure.
Double tap. That's me making the sound effect of a double tap.
That's cool. Yeah, it'd be much more delightful if it was on the Switch.
Amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah. But yeah,
I just playing a little bit of Fortnite as well.
Can I say that's one of the more underrated appreciations of the Switch UI? I know, granted that it has to need some fixing on there, but the little noise things bits on there, I don't know. For some reason, I just love them. I really do.
It's very joyful. It's very. It just sounds pleasant.
Yeah, it's definitely that one where you're going into your profile screen.
Yeah.
And so it makes the noise as soon as you hit the button, and it makes the second half of the noise once it's loaded.
Yeah. It's good.
And
good stuff.
sometimes there's like a different delay in that, depending on like how slow or not it's loading.
Yeah.
We're not talking much, like a second or two. But yeah, I like how that affects the noise. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite as well, Colin.
All right. How are you finding it?
I'm enjoying it really, and I'm enjoying it more because I'm playing it with, well, basically like two other people I know.
Okay.
And it started off with the one person, it's moved across to the other, and they both watch like different play styles, and that's kind of affected how I play the game as well.
Right. Yeah.
And so I've only recently started to actually build stuff. Because for the longest time,
I don't build.
At all, or
at all.
Just not much.
I'll build like a set of stairs to get somewhere, but
I wasn't even doing that before.
Already?
Yeah, I was just ignoring those features existed.
It's crazy how you play some people, like you shoot them once and they just build like a tower in seconds. It's like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, I can't do that.
Although yeah, I did. Well, I only just knew about this. I think the last match I played, the Port of Fort, I believe it's called.
Yeah,
which is essentially that, like,
it just builds it for you.
Yeah, you collect the item, and then when you use it, this actual fort does construct itself.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's obviously a somewhat decent size. It's quite fun to pull off.
It could fit like quite a few people in it as well. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, like the thing I do appreciate about the game is like how it has these kind of running missions, which you can just kind of chip away at as you play through, many matches. It's not stuff that I'll have to consciously jump into this match with the aim of completing these things.
Just one goal, yeah.
They just kind of happen around it, and like you might then find later on, like as you're like going from point A to point B, or what, because you're in a certain location. Oh, actually, I could spend a few seconds and do this extra little thing.
Do a little bit, yeah. I do like that as well, because it's always stuff like, achieve 3 kills with this one weapon, but it's spread out across. It's timeless. You can do it whenever, really. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty much what brings me back to the game, because you get new challenges every day. So it's like, what's going to be it today? So it's a nice little wrinkle to bring it back.
Yeah. So the question I've got for you then, Colin, is recently there was an event which happened. Did you play during it or since?
No, well, I believe the event you're talking about is the missile launch.
Yeah.
I was streaming during the missile launch. I couldn't actually see it in action. But
For clarity, you were streaming something else.
I was streaming something else. But I played it before the missile launch, and I played it after.
Okay.
Yeah, it's affected the game world a little bit. There's now cracks in the sky.
Yeah.
So it's like, interesting. And if you know where the missile is, you can find it.
That is pretty cool.
It's at a certain place.
Do you reckon we'll get much, like anything of significance come out of this, or?
I believe, because this season 4 of Fortnite's ending soon, like just over a week now, and season 5 is going to start. Usually, like these seasons are built around like a very loose story. Like it doesn't mean anything because the game still plays the same, but it's like, slightly different aesthetic, or the environment's going to change. So we'll see what comes out of it, but. People are already saying like aliens are going to come or whatever, so we'll see.
A bit of a PvE, do you reckon is going to happen?
Maybe. That'd be
you have to submit random aliens to shoot at while you're attacking everybody else.
In the startup screen, you're just like shooting aliens or something.
No, I just meant like maybe during a match, maybe just like non-player characters now wandering around. Yeah, like some shooters have like non-player characters you can. That you can take down and can hurt you in the mix, AI controlled.
It's possible. I can see it.
I don't know.
Go for
we shall see. It's me sound old hat for people who've been playing it for some time and playing a lot of it.
Yeah,
but it is it is a nice novelty on the Switch. It is a good fit.
And it's free. It's
free as well, and it plays well portably. I played my first match handheld recently, and I was like, this holds up really well as a portable game.
It does.
Like I was expecting like the fidelity to drop, but it doesn't really. Not
a huge amount anyway, but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it still looks sharp, sort of thing.
It does.
Yeah, sharp and colourful.
We like.
That's what we like. That and the options. Those two things, they're the staples.
Yeah.
Colin agrees.
I do.
Yes.
All right. I've been playing a little bit more Mario Tennis.
Ooh.
Mostly multiplayer. I've now played a bunch of local multiplayer, which I hadn't done before. I don't believe. The last time I reported on this, I think it was just story mode and the online multiplayer I played. And happy to report, I am definitely
fun.
one that it is fun, which is good. It's always good. It's always reassuring to know and to hear.
So it's Andy.
But also, I was a bit concerned, like, of all the super moves and such. Maybe it would get in the way of the simple local multiplayer game of Mario Tennis back and forth. But from my recent experience, and that's not the case, it actually does amp it up another level, which is really cool. So we're getting to the point where we were pulling off these really silly shots, and the ability where you can use to, like, you can flip from like the middle of the court to like the left or the right, to like hit the ball like that very moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, that being combined with like different shots, there's some real crazy stuff happening. But the controls do just kind of click after a while, and it doesn't take like a huge amount of like mental effort to start pulling off these like crazy rallies where someone is like doing that side flip to to return the ball, and then someone uses their special, and then someone counters it with their special. So yeah, it's really cool. I've not even actually played a classic mode. Oddly, I was thinking I would probably play more classic than the regular mode in this, but that's not turned out to be the case so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm just waiting for golf. I want golf so badly on the Switch.
I do too. I mean, it's just, but thankfully this one is a nice, from what I've been hearing from friends playing this, it is actually a much needed improvement over what we got, what was just a half-baked version for the Wii U.
I'll go a step further than that. Like, I would say, if you just compare this to the console games and not any one with a true, in quotes, RPG mode, I think it's the best one so far. Pretty much hands down. I think it's solid. It's got solid fundamentals, and it's got all those lovely options, and it feels good, looks great, lots of characters. It's just a real solid package.
There you go.
There you go. A little stamp of approval right there. Boom.
There you go.
Back of the box.
What? Yeah, that's a box quote if I've ever seen it.
Solid fundamentals.
Solid fundamentals.
Lewis. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about Mario Tennis. A few like regular updates. I've been playing a lot more Splatoon 2. I mentioned,
Still?
I'm not sure if the lot. Still, yeah.
Oh.
Check out the playtime on the profile. It's getting a bit silly.
Check out the playtime.
Might need an intervention at some point.
Is it in triple digits?
Oh, it was triple digits a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
It's still. Oh, sorry, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's still in triple digits.
Right.
It's not exceeded that point, but it's definitely growing.
I kind of wonder if the Switch can record above triple digits.
Lewis
will be the first to find out.
Nah, someone must have. Because Monster does exist in Japan for the Switch.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been playing a bit more Splatoon 2. So I beat the Octo expansion, so been playing as the Octolings in multiplayer. And
did you hear about the new Splatfest they're doing?
Yeah, so that one's an interesting one. So
it's not like mayonnaise versus mustard or something stupid.
It's exactly that. It's Inklings versus Octolings, Colin.
Oh.
And what makes it even more interesting is that if you pick Octoling as your team, even if you don't have the expansion, you will play that Splatfest as an Octoling.
My word.
Which is pretty cool.
Can't believe it.
Can't believe it. But yeah, so I think because of that reason, Octolings definitely get the popularity vote.
Oh, yeah.
Because people who haven't played the expansion are going to choose it to play the characters which they would have to pay for usually and beat the most.
This is really this is quite true right here, Lewis, especially with how early it is. But it makes me think they could have waited a little bit longer. But again, it's not big of a deal. It's a nice little thing. But will the whole thing where it's like, I don't know, it feels like Marina, they always get the bad choices to her or something like that. Are the least not the least popular, but the ones they know because it's, I think, what was it early on with Marina because she kept winning because they just didn't like Pearl's character design or something like that, which was stupid. a reasoning for it, whatever. I mean, I'm getting both the amiibos for it, but it's I don't know, this one. I need to get back into Splatfest though.
But yeah, so my usual rules apply. Like apart from the last Splatfest, I got dragged into the excitement of a topic too close to my heart with the pulp versus no pulp. That I forgot my strategic choosing options. Never pick for the most overwhelmingly popular team. They always lose. I should have gone pulp all the way.
Yeah.
Saw it coming, but I didn't. I followed my heart, and it betrayed me. But so I'm going to be choosing the Inklings this time around, and I will be ensured a victory. And anyone else who does the same, as a public service announcement to Splatoon players. Thankfully, I don't think the listenership of this would actually sway the results in any meaningful way. So, all playing Inklings and get lots of
you
decent
never
names.
know. You never know. It's possible.
It's possible. I guess it's possible.
Anything possible.
Anything could happen.
Yes.
Between now and that Splatfest begins.
When does it start?
This week, I think.
Yeah, I believe it's this coming weekend. I believe.
Yeah, let me check. I don't know because I know it's a holiday tomorrow. Oh, it's technically a holiday right now for us. For what's going on. Yes, indeed. It says on the 21st of July.
Ooh, that's not this weekend. That's next.
Yeah, to mark the 1 year anniversary of the launch of Splatoon 2. So
it's two weekends time.
2 weekends. Mark all your cans.
Yeah.
No, this is I'm hoping this isn't just UK. This is America and Japan and the US too.
It's worldwide.
Okay, good.
It's global. Yes. So I've been playing more Splatoon and enjoying it. I guess that's not really much news though, but it's still fantastic. There was a new map recently though. The last couple of days.
Which one is this?
It is. I can't remember the name. It takes me a while to remember all the names. But it's the one which it's based off like a hotel. Well, kind of like the outdoors of one, and there's like pools.
It's not Moray Towers, is it? The one that always appears?
No. It's a brand new one. Unless it appears in the background. But yeah, so that's probably about it really for my Switch playtime since the last show. Harrison, have you played anything recently?
I have been busy with work now, so I've not been able to play anything right now. But I am still trying to chug away with Sushi Striker because everything around the world is just trying to force me to not play this thing or take my time away. But I do recommend picking that up. It actually is a lot of fun.
Are they all part of the same force, which is trying to ban sushi from the world?
Yes. I mean, probably the same force that doesn't make me try sushi every once in a while. I mean, I had sushi about 2-3 weeks ago for the first time in years, but it was good. But
there's a force trying to ban sushi from the world.
Yeah, it's a very weird story.
That's the whole premise of that game, believe it or not. Sushi is illegal. It was it was banned.
Yes, and
there was a war around sushi, and it's got deep lore. Well, and I think you might enjoy it.
Yeah, some anime cutscenes too.
Wow.
There are anime cutscenes. Cool. Should we jump straight into some Nintendo news then?
Yes, news me up. News us all.
News
Harrison up.
News it.
Episode title right there. News me up.
All right. First thing on the news section. We have a new. We got some new leadership for Nintendo of Europe. And so it was already announced that Satoru Shibata was going to be leaving as the head of NOE. And he, I believe, is forming the Pokemon Company?
I think he went back. Well, he went back. Let's see. Yeah, I think he went back to the Pokemon Company, if I'm correct. But don't hold me on to that. It's just because his announcement of leaving the company was around the same time when Furukawa was going to succeed Kimishima, which, by the way, he is now currently the president at this moment. So that took place last week. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the new president for NOE is going to be, and I've not heard this one spoken out loud, so apologies, Koji Miyake. Who is the former general manager of Nintendo's HR in Japan and now going to be the CEO chairman of Nintendo of Europe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's been some, changes at top at Nintendo. So it was also this week that the new president has switched over for Nintendo in general. So Tazumi Kimishima has now retired, and Shintaro Furukawa is now the president of Nintendo, where previously it was just announced he was going to be.
Yep.
I did notice that there was somebody else they announced for Nintendo Europe.
Yes, Stefan Boll.
Yes.
Stefan Boll. I'm unfamiliar with that. All I know is he used to run Nintendo of France, which I did not realize there was a branch out there.
Nintendo's everywhere these days.
Yeah. But the headquarters of Nintendo Europe is Japan. Not Japan. What that would be a silly thing. Is Germany.
It's in Germany, yeah.
Yeah, which doesn't always like that. Sometimes that fact kind of like escapes me.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad location because it's like dead center of Europe, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
To go back on where Shibata is right now, he went back to Nintendo Japan to be part of their board of directors and as a general manager of marketing division and the licensing division. So that's where he is now. I'm not sure if this new president though will give you something more memorable like the yokai dance.
I like Shibata, but God, he was awkward sometimes with how he acted. He was like, oh.
He was alright. I feel he tried to give a water run for his money in some of those skits.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like he seemed to be like I would say in second position in terms of like crazy Nintendo skits. I think he beats Reggie in that sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's debatable. I could definitely hear the argument for Reggie being better, but I think some is like the one you just mentioned. That's very like
Shibata hasn't done anything that's really quotable. Reggie has, so
yeah, fair enough.
I think the Reggie stuff's going to live longer.
Okay, it has a bigger legacy. I can get behind that. All right, next up, we got some Smash Bros. Ultimate news, and this is that it's taken home an award from E3, and this is actually like in terms of first-party Nintendo games. And I guess I should specify, there are the Game Critics Awards for the best of E3. And so this is like a bunch of different, or 51 in particular, global media and influence outlets all vote on, particular categories of who wins certain things at E3. And Smash Bros. Won for best fighting game shown. Now, I'm not entirely sure what other fighting games were in the mix this year.
I was like, what competition was there?
Soul Calibur 6.
True. We have Soul Calibur 6.
Not exactly what I would call stiff competition, though.
No, maybe if it had a Switch version and Link was in it. That would have made quite an interesting competition. But this was the only award in this list that was for a Nintendo first-party game. Which is kind of interesting in its own right. I mean, it was kind of right for the E3 they had and everyone else did.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. That's what I was kind of expecting. I mean, the best of show that got for it was Resident Evil 2, and that was for anybody who wants a PS4. Oh, it was good. It's good. I liked going through that one. That was between that, Spider-Man, and Smash. Probably my 3 favorite games of the show, down the whole floor. No, yeah. I was thinking though, as far as when it comes to like fighting game of the year, when it gets down to it, because I was always unsure whether at the point is this going to be basically the Smash Wii U port? We're going to get into this, but then again, I realized Mario Kart 8 Deluxe won Racing Game of the Year right now, and that was technically an enhanced port, whatever. And I found that hilarious, but also kind of cool in the same way because Mario Kart just dominates over everything. But with Smash though, for this one, I kind of went in thinking what was it like Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball Fighter Z will easily win that. Yeah, but this in the case, it might have some more competition, but because that monster of Smash is coming through, there goes our chances. But I don't know. But this surprises me. No, dear, this does not surprise me.
It does surprise me. I'm like, the game that Nintendo put the most focus on their E3 event won the award for best fighting game. No shocker.
Yeah,
and they're given the popularity of Smash. It was going to win. So,
yeah, definitely. And we got a little bit more more Smash Bros. News. And so from Nintendo's Japanese website, they've confirmed that both Ridley, Daisy, and Inkling Girl will have amiibos coming.
Ugh.
And so this is kind of assumes, like, they don't outright confirm this next point, but the returning characters, all the returning characters will have amiibos as well.
As in the ones that were not present, as in the ones that did not have an amiibo, like for Wii U.
Basically, the ones that were on the Wii U game.
Yes, basically, yeah. All the Wii U characters had amiibo, so the returning ones from other games. It sounds like all of them were going to get amiibos too, because like
Ridley and Inkling were shown off in E3, and I saw those.
Oh no, certainly. So they're the new ones, but obviously things like Snake and the Ice Climbers and such, they've not had amiibos yet. So it looks like those things are coming as well.
Tragic, they haven't had amiibos.
No. Well, Colin, how would you feel if they just had like a full new like run, and so they did a new amiibo for every character in like a new pose sort of thing?
I want to hear Colin's response on this.
I still want amiibos to go away. I don't want new ones.
I think it's a downward trend, to be fair. I think there's like less amiibo stuff going on than there was before.
Yeah, it's not the height of the popularity and the insanity that we would saw from 2014 and onward. And obviously, Nintendo's found a way to kind of keep the whole toys to life kind of portion on there alive with just their branding. Somehow, but hey, it's like if you put when you put something with Nintendo characters like that, of course it's going to sell. Yeah. But I mean, look what I got now. Obviously, hang on one second.
Oh, here we go. We have to go through the. Why do
we're showing the hard amiibos.
No, I got this finally.
Oh, that's a good amiibo.
Yeah, this is the Guardian amiibo is one of the best amiibos because
he's in a box though.
Yes, it's because I don't have arrow, or like I don't have any of the equipment to make sure it doesn't go on a chaotic spree. But I kid.
You gotta be prepared when you unleash that thing. I gotta be honest.
Oh no, but that and I just have I have the Mario Odyssey ones, and those will be nice future wedding cake toppers. God forbid when that day ever happens to me. And Bayonetta and stuff on there, whatever. But no, this doesn't. I mean, of course, this is going to be happening with these new Smash characters, whatever. I mean, of course, look at the Ridley one, Snake probably in that case, and who knows who else what they'll have on there. What else was I about to say? I know I'm getting off a weird tangent, whatever. But think of it this way: when I was talking about friends with Smash Brothers character reveals, and one thing I really liked about those when it came up from the last version is that it helped, keep the hype level. Like, it was always a bit of an event to figure out all these new characters and given their own little scenario thing. And obviously once the DLC came out, there were some that weren't done with these, CG type of trailers. Sure, but still they were good trailers. But I like how they're doing these again. And a thought came to me. And it related to basically one of the characters that you want, Colin, and that's Simon Belmont. Mm-hmm. I thought the idea, I want this to happen. I want this to happen if they actually do, if they end up putting Simon Belmont in there, I feel like that'd be the only other logical kind of a Konami character they could put in there, unless Konami just wants to troll everybody and be like, hey, what's your next representative is a pachinko machine. There you go. They do it they do this reveal trailer in the style of the Castlevania Netflix series.
They could do.
And they could do that to promote the second season, which I think is coming out, I believe, in the fall. But which, by the way, that's a great. The first season that's good. It's criminally short at 4 episodes, but check it out when you get the chance. Though, I mean, I loved it when I saw it last year. But anyway, amiibos, all that. I like this one too, and yes, it's probably going to come out soon.
I feel nothing but despair.
Nothing but despair of my plastic toys.
That's all I have to say.
He's still hiding that giant Detective Pikachu one off screen, isn't he?
He is. I know he has one. I know he has one.
Tilt the camera slightly, we'd all see it.
Yes, he has a giant Detective Pikachu amiibo, and he's just denying the fact of it. He's been playing. So he's probably been playing Detective Pikachu while on the side.
I reckon it's more than one amiibo. I reckon there's a whole stack of them. lines his walls.
It's just basically just like the fake wall. You just like turn around and it's just nothing but a shelves of amiibos, and he's just like it's like the illusions give it away, and you're like, Colin, what is that? It's like a nothing. It's like that looked awfully a lot like some plastic Nintendo figurines.
I think it could be like that. One particular bit from Breaking Bad later on, if you've seen it, where Walter White kind of peels back the walls to reveal like how it's all lined with like cash.
Oh yeah.
But in Colin's case, he's actually showing off that it's his hidden obsession with giant Detective Pikachu's.
Are we with copies of Detective Pikachu?
I was to say, are we using basically the fact yes? I hope this doesn't get streamlined to a point where amiibos are used into a meth making empire, but no.
That'd be interesting. But no. If I own anything, if I own anything Detective Pikachu, I would consider my life forfeit at that point. So yeah.
No, that's got to be one for you.
Sorry to disappoint everybody, but.
Okay, we'll find one for you one day. Well, you got Link, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got 3 amiibos actually.
They're all Zelda themed, aren't they?
All Zelda themed.
All right, so make more Zelda ones. You got more chance sending one to Colin.
Yeah. Or Monster Hunter ones. I'm sure he'll get those.
Did they exist? Were they?
Yeah,
in Japan. You can buy.
Were they just in Japan, weird NFC things? They were amiibos, weren't they?
They were amiibos in Japan, yeah. But I'd rather just get like the original like models. But,
yeah. Okay, fair enough. All right, well, that's going to do it for the news this week. But we do have that super topic for you. And so the super topic comes to you by Jonathan Cruz. And you can also send in super topics. And the way you can do that is by supporting us over at patreon.com/Nintendo Voice. Once you're there, if you support us for $1 a month or more, you can suggest super topics for us to do, which can be a question or an idea or a theme or a topic, or just a... if you've even got like a very specific like podcast feature you would like us to do, where it's like some sort of like a game show type thing or whatever, chuck your suggestion in there, and we work our way through them. So please do support us and help us, create new content for the show.
Yeah.
Just like Jonathan Cruz has here, who asks of us, what's a game that's been recommended for you to play by numerous amounts of people, but you still haven't played it? Why not? Also, might I recommend a game I've fallen in love with? It's called It'll Do 2 on Switch. It's a humorous 2D Zelda-like that has its own twist to it, and it's a fun rethinking of the usual tropes of a Zelda game. Nicholas published it, and it has a cool little physical copy as well. I just recently delved deeply into it lately, so I felt I had to make a recommendation based on the question. So, you don't need to read... Oh, all right. I probably should have read that full thing. I did read the recommendation. And alongside it, I'm going to be downloading It Will Do 2, and I will give you my impressions of it for next episode.
There you go.
There we go. However, I can't use that as my answer before because it's the first time I've been recommended it, and I've accepted the challenge. So that goes completely against the rules of the question. Anyone, go on. What we got?
All right, I'll dive in.
I want to hear Colin's first.
Okay, well,
but we've not got around to.
If I see, it's the thing. If I was asked this question last year, I would have said Chrono Trigger. I never played Chrono Trigger until 2016.
That's a good one.
Well, because it was withheld for you guys for so long.
That's right. Well, I have an American copy, which is bizarre.
It was to the Virtual Console, right?
Virtual Console is when you first got it.
Yeah, but I've got the DS version.
So what made you play it last year?
I had people get talking to me about it. It's like, you got to play it. It's like,
so that was still happening last year, and it kind of pushed over the edge.
My oldest brother, he played it, and he was like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so good. And then he kept going on, like, if you're going to play one RPG, because I used to say to him, I want to play like a few RPGs this year. He goes, play Chrono Trigger. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I got around to playing it, and yeah, it is really good. It is really good. But I can't say that because I played it.
Exactly. That's the problem here. It's got to be something you still not played.
I've yet to play Samus Returns, and I have been told that it's really good.
It's I loved it, but then more I thought about it, it was in the pantheon of like Metroidvania type, like Metroid type of games. I think I still like Zero Mission more. I mean, because I felt like Zero Mission was that combination of what we loved from Fusion and especially Super brought to one. Even though the game is like, yeah, you can finish it like 2.5, 3 hours and such, but I don't know. It's a matter of how much you enjoy the not the dodge mechanic, but the not the dodge mechanic, but the parry mechanic on there. It's a matter of how you can deal with that. It's not that it's bad. It's whether you feel like it just stops the action.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't bother me. I know there's some people who kind of look towards that and kind of say it's a bit of a negative, but
that's one thing I've heard is like parry is overused, but besides that, I've had great glowing things about it. But I'm actually going to say these are two RPGs I've yet to play, and on Game Boy Advance they're on my favorite handheld system.
Yeah.
Golden Sun.
There'll be a lot of RPGs here.
Golden Sun? Okay.
I've never played either of the Golden Suns on GBA. My first Golden Sun game.
You should play Golden Sun. It's really good.
Yes, and hope that Isaac gets into Smash.
But I have played the DS game. That was my first Golden Sun.
Oh, okay.
It's a prequel. It's a prequel, so it helps out. So
yeah.
Is it a prequel?
No, it's a sequel.
Yeah, because you
play as the children of the.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I was thinking for some.
Actually, no, I can see why you went there because like the kids are basically just the main characters, as in like they look like they are similar outfits.
Well, it wasn't the second game like a prequel.
No, the second game's a direct continuation. They're like two halves of a single adventure,
okay.
Which I wasn't aware of when I first beat Golden Sun. So I was very disappointed in this quest to like activate these 4 lighthouses. That after the second the credits rolled, I was like, "What?"
just what?
Because like, it's that era where
what is this?
Exactly. Like if that game came out today, that would not have happened. I would have known very clearly that this was only the first half of a much bigger game, and like it was a real big game. So I wasn't disappointed like how long it took. It felt like how long an RPG should have taken on the Game Boy Advance at least. But yeah, it just like the story just stops.
Right.
But yeah, so the second game just picks up immediately afterwards, essentially.
But yeah, I've heard Golden Sun 1 and 2 are really good on GBA, and I'm playing them, so I'll have to get around to it.
Yeah, I've not like gone back to them, so I'm not sure how well they age. I imagine it should be okay, but
Golden Sun's one of those franchises I really wish would be a comeback because it seems to like the DS game sold really well, and then it's just like, we're going to focus on sports games.
It's a pretty niche RPG series, and that you're trying to get who's in part of it. Camelot I think is in.
Yeah, Camelot made it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess you might bring a point like because Camelot do make a lot of sports games. Maybe the sports games are just more profitable for them in terms of like how much resources they take to make it versus how much money they make compared to the same equation on the RPG front.
Right.
It might like especially like. Oh, we could make Mario Tennis and work with a Nintendo IP, and on a much shorter time, probably make a lot more money than Golden Sun.
Yeah, Golden Sun, they're huge stories, so yeah.
And it's not as recognizable brand as if you can work with a Mario something.
True, but
I'm with you, man. I've played those.
You're made a recognizable brand as long as they didn't do anything with it. So it's like a double-edged sword.
It's a nice like it's fairly unique take on a JRPG as well. It does feel like how the Djinn in it can be used for both combat and for solving puzzles in the overworld while you're exploring.
Yeah,
it is cool how those things kind of are the same. And there's a lot of actual using of your abilities outside of battles for environmental puzzles.
Nice little touch. I think it's a nice little extra wrinkle. Golden Sun. That's my.
That's your pick.
Yeah. Well, one for me is
just the one.
Chibi Robo.
Okay, that was one I never tried before, and I've been recommended, but I just never.
Of the main Chibi Robos. Actually, in fact, I've not played any of the spin-offs either. I've not. I think the one spin-off I've played was there was a 3DS game. There was an AR photo one.
Oh, the AR. Okay, I know that there was the one.
Free, I think.
What was the one where they? What was the one that came out 2 years ago that they had?
It was
Ziplash, the one with the amiibo. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one I didn't partly sell, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which seems odd. Yeah, because it was a good amiibo, but even I didn't pick it up.
Amiibos don't sell games.
I guess not.
Well, amiibos don't sell incredibly niche games that are not on there, that are a very small portion of the hardcore audience know about and care about.
Even then, it's a spin-off of it on a different genre.
Yeah,
Just like a 2D platformer takeover. But that's what I quite like about Chibi Robo is like, so those main games, they're like, they feel, they're kind of like adventure games, but of a, but with the scale of you're in a, an environment much bigger than you. They look like interesting games with worlds and characters that, it does feel like it's its own, and it's probably silly to hear me say it like this if you have played them, but it does feel like it's its own like fleshed out IP, which I've not really had any kind of interaction with, and it looks like up my alley. Like it's a really nice style. It looks cute, but yeah, I've not played any of those. I think they've all had like their own excuses to go alongside them. Like I feel like, did we even get the? I could be completely wrong. Did we get the original version on the GameCube in Europe? Was there a weird thing that happened there? Or
I think so.
Well, yeah, maybe it was delayed. I can't remember. Maybe I was just busy.
It might be one of limited, like rarer games for us. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a physical copy.
Exactly, like that doesn't help.
Yeah,
like, it always feels like I would have had to gone out my way, opposed to it just being like one of their main releases that I chose or not chose to get at the time.
Right.
But yeah, like that's one that I have had people recommend. It's not like I've had like dozens of people recommend it to me. It's more so a thing like every time I see it, or if I see it now and again, I'm like, I really should get around to playing Chibi, just because I've got no exposure to it, and I feel like as a like Nintendo IP which has like a handful of games to it now, I should have checked out in some capacity at least.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm guessing, has any of us played any Chibi Robo?
Oh, heck.
I played nope, have not.
No,
unfortunately, no.
Well, we need some Chibi Robo representation on the show.
No, we don't.
Well,
we don't.
Chibi Robo is going to get some representation in Smash. That is his trophy. We know.
All right. That work.
He's going to have a career in his series. He's going to have a career. It's going to have a renaissance of sorts.
I was going to say, with his appearance in Ziplash, that probably gives him enough of a robust moveset to be a playable character.
No,
you use the core
you don't need that.
To latch on the things, and you might have to charge up. This is the continue fighting. All right, Harrison.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Can I? Is it okay if I give you a non-Nintendo one answer and a also Nintendo one?
Yeah, of course.
I have these games that have been recommended to me, but I've not played them, and that is the Uncharted series.
Okay.
And I played Last of Us, and I played The Last of Us, and I enjoyed every bit of that, but I have never played any of the Uncharted games. I can definitely get. I have Uncharted Lost Legacy. I have the Uncharted Collection, which I need to kind of finish through, everything like that on my PS4, but I have never played them. No, I've always been recommended to them, and I just never gotten around to it. So I'm hoping to kind of correct that. Now, my Nintendo answer is, well, and I'll add another non-Nintendo one, but you're all familiar with the RPG series, that Konami did, and there's so many ways to pronounce this, but Suikoden, yes, or is it Suikoden?
Or Suikoden, or yeah.
I know. I remember listening to an episode on Retronauts about them talking about the game, and they were pronouncing it, I believe, is the right way. And I don't know. And speaking of pronouncing something wrong, I did listen to the podcast last week, and I accidentally pronounced Daemon Ex Machina. It's actually, you said Demon Ex Machina. You're going to hear me a lot mispronouncing that, so I apologize in advance. So, but if I had to think of one Nintendo series that I really was recommended to me, but I never really tried out, wow, this is a really tough one to actually think about. But
did you play Jungle Beat?
You know what? I'm gonna say that right now. It's those series of Donkey Kong games.
Even really?
Konga, I have never played them. I had people ask me to recommend it, but it's just trying to lug out maybe a pair of bongos too, and I never got into that.
I wouldn't recommend them as such, but Jungle Beat is the best of the games easily.
Oh yeah, it's made by the. It's made by
jump
the team.
onto the.
I would say the Jungle Beat games made by the team that eventually went on to make the Galaxy games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was gonna say I'll join you on the Jungle Beat recommendation because I have actually played the Donkey Konga games, but I've never played Jungle Beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I quite like Donkey Konga.
Really? Oh, it's lame.
Oh, it was.
Lame.
It is what it is.
Tap in the side of the bongos.
It's two.
It is, but when you look at the
bongos,
I'll tell you what, that is one of the most painful controllers, though. Like you do 2 songs, and your hands are just sore from like whopping these.
And that's just from all the clapping.
Oh, yeah, it's what you say. It is because you got. We give you a clap or tap the sides.
No, you can't tap the sides, Colin.
Yes, you can.
You
cheat. But I mean, Donkey Konga. Well, actually, Jungle Beat makes it worse because it uses the bongos for the entire. That's the control scheme for the entire game, like boss fights and everything. And it's like you're just whacking away at these bloody bongos, and you just get sore hands. If that game had like a standard controller use, it'd be amazing.
I don't know. I feel like that would take away from the charm of what that game is trying to present on there.
Don't forget there was a Wii edition, Donkey Konga.
Was it all motion controlled?
No, not Donkey Konga, as in Jungle Beat.
Was it all motion controlled?
Yes. They used to Wiimote and nunchuck.
No, dead wrists, basically. Dead wrists the game.
Oh god.
No bongos there.
Oh.
Maybe it's also supported the bongos.
Yeah, because it's a GameCube adapter. So, and the Wii had GameCube ports. So.
Oh yeah, so you didn't need the adapter, which didn't exist yet.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like you just plop it in and boom.
Exactly. I mean, you could add USB ports, and I wonder if the GameCube adapter works with the Wii. I'm guessing not. If your ports break, just plug that in.
It just melts.
It melts.
No, I'm trying to think of another one that I've really been recommended that it's been getting really onto me. And can I just say there's been a slew of Kirby games everybody recommends to me to play. Like really, I don't know. I get inundated with people saying, you got to play the Kirby games, got to play some of these. I'm like, I don't have time.
It's Lewis saying to us, we got to play the Kirby games.
Yeah, all of them. All the Kirby games. You got to play some Dream Course.
That's the only one I've been intrigued by is Dream Course.
Oh, it's a good one.
I feel like that's the one thing.
It is a good one.
It's the one game on the Super Nintendo Classic where I'm just like, did we really need this one on here? I don't know.
Harrison's like, nope.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like that's the one oddity out there. I'm like, I think I liked it back then, but it's like I would have maybe preferred Kirby's Dream Land 3 on there, but that's just whatever. It's in the past. I still like my Super Nintendo Classic.
It's the Super Nintendo game which has aged the best.
Oh, you are an interesting creature with those type of opinions.
Interesting creature means you're wrong.
Not in this case.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no way is aged the best. There's been loads of games.
Have there been let's flip this question around real quick, whatever. What are games that you recommended so much to people? Like just quickly. Like I mean, if I had to say one that I recommend on everybody, it's been Fire Emblem. Like up from Awakening to now, I always recommend that to a lot of people who have a 3DS. Well, not to people who own a 3DS, but just anybody who recently over the years picked up a 3DS first time, whether it's for Pokemon or just a Mario game. I would say like get Fire Emblem, get Fire Emblem, get Fire Emblem. So,
Well, for me, I mean, I'm always looking for people playing Monster Hunter with. So I'm always going, hey, play Monster Hunter. But
that's another one everybody asked me to get into, even friends on there. And yeah, that's another edition of like, I like where the series it has an audience. I just can't get into it. I mean, I remember somebody tried to get me into Dark Souls, and I played that Dark Souls 2, and I was like, yeah, this may not be for me.
Like, why do I want to punish myself? The only thing I can think of is I would recommend a version of a game. So Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition, I think is the best version of Resident Evil 4 that I played.
It's a very good version.
I think it's the most fun version of Resident Evil 4 you can play.
Put Resident Evil 4 HD on Switch, Capcom, you cowards.
I mean...
Yeah, because even the versions of Revelations 1 and 2, they've got Joy-Con aiming.
They do.
Similar to the Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition.
So it's possible.
So if they were to do the Resi 4 the most recent Resident Evil 4 port, they would probably add that as well. I was
going to say, Resident Evil 4 has been ported. I'm sure my toaster has a copy of Resident Evil 4. I can tell.
I
But
say,
it's, you know, it's everywhere. They made an iPhone version, didn't they?
They did.
Oh,
I
jeez.
played that. Very truncated.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, why would I buy it or why they make it? Because one kind of answers the other. There's a vicious circle. So a game I've recommended to people, I'm guessing apart from Dream Course.
Your Dream Course Renaissance is just...
I think oddly a good one which fits this category is the Pokemon trading card game online.
Ooh, that's a good one.
As in, because I think this is a game which most people don't even know exists.
This is a good one.
Which is, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company make and keep running an updated service, which is you can play Pokemon cards on your PC. And the cards are always up to date with the actual physical releases. And even to this day, you can buy a physical pack of Pokemon booster cards, or a booster pack even of cards, or a deck. And it will come with a code for the game. And you type it in or you scan it with a QR code and you unlock that in the game. And you can use it to obviously play people online. There is chat and such. There is single player modes. And, there's an extensive deck builder and all this sort of stuff. And it's free. And it runs on PC and Mac. And I believe like Android tablets and iPads.
This needs to be on Switch. It should be amazing.
Exactly. As I was saying ages ago, that it's I assumed it was coming to some sort of physical Nintendo hardware, because I reckon it must be a lot of upkeep on this thing, service-wise.
Oh, why not?
And it's as fleshed out as you would want it to be, and it's a free download. And like, I like the model that you can just buy physical cards, and you are getting your digital cards at the same time, so you don't have to deliberately make microtransactions.
Can you buy the cards just digitally?
I'm not sure you can. You couldn't.
Okay.
For a long time, they might have changed that recently.
That just prints money.
Exactly. Like I'm surprised that like they don't make more of a fuss about this. I guess that like the way they say it is, anyone who is interested in the actual cards will know about it because each deck or each booster pack comes with a card which basically advertises it with the code. Yeah. But I thought they need to advertise it outside of the physical cards as well, because I think a lot of people would like to play the game who wouldn't or don't have any interest in buying like physical cards anymore.
I'll give it a go.
Exactly, yeah. So that's also my recommendation to people out there. But it's one that I've kind of said in the past, like, oh yeah, you should, check it out. It's a free download sort of thing. But yeah, it's surprisingly good. I also got another one of the games I've been recommended, and this is like a classic example, Minecraft.
Oh,
I've never really played Minecraft. I even said on the show that I'll get around to it on the Switch.
Yeah, I was
never did.
Not much of a game.
I like it's also the sort of thing where until very recently I would have put in like Fortnite or PUBG, but I have played them recently. But yeah, Minecraft, that one that I feel it's still like this. Even today, like it's this big gap in my cultural gaming knowledge, as silly as that sounds. I feel I need to put some time into it.
You don't need it in your life, it's fine.
I know, but I feel I'm not saying I'm gonna it's going to be my thing from then on. But I feel I need to kind of like put a weekend aside to some Minecraft at some point in my future, just so like I can understand a more than like skin deep level what is actually going on there. Right. Not just about the game itself, but like why it's had this kind of like try and get some understanding of why it's had this kind of like impact it did have, and try and like learn some lessons there, sort of thing. I think like just an interesting like almost history piece at this point. I need to really like dig in, pardon the pun, and just like work out what makes this game tick, because just like looking from the outside, I can see like the real broad strokes of what that would be, right. But it is really just like the theory of it. I would like to just kind of get down and play it, and also like it all sounds very like almost educational here, but I mean obviously I would like to just have some fun with that game, because I've not yet, and obviously it's so many people have, and it's a weird one to say, because it's probably like past the point where a lot of people hear me say that and go, oh, it's like the time's past, or like whatever, or it's not relevant, like you should be playing Fortnite or whatever. But no, it's I think it's like almost like missing Tetris sort of thing.
Yeah, it does.
I don't need to.
I think it's like somewhat timeless at this point. Yeah.
I think that's a pretty biggie.
Yeah, I see.
Do we have any more?
I think that's it.
Yeah, no for me.
All right. Harrison was right. That was it then. So, same as before. If you'd like to send in your own super topics, please do over at patreon.com/Nintendo Voice. And that's going to do it for this episode. So before we go, as we do at the end of every show, we'll go around the three of us and we'll let you know how you can get hold of us and anything else we've been up to that we'd like you to know of. Usually Nintendo related, but I guess not always. Harrison, how can the fine folks of the internet get hold of you?
You can reach me through Twitter at hmilfeld, and if you want to send me a Switch friend request, my friend code is pinned to the top of my profile. And of course, if you want to read any of my other stuff, you can head over to purenintendo.com.
Okay, and yourself, Colin?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at HylianBard, which is spelt pretty much how you think it is.
Pretty much.
I can't recall if I actually have my Switch friend code pinned to my Twitter. It's in there somewhere. You might have to dig for it.
I'm pretty sure you said that before, but I guess it depends if you changed your pin recently.
I can't recall.
Can't recall. It might be there. Have a dig.
Have a dig.
Have a dig through Colin's tweets. Well, for myself, best place to get hold of me is over on Twitter. LEUVSION. Simple as that. And that's going to do it. That's going to do it for my bit, and that's going to do it for the show. So, everyone, thanks again for listening. And this has been Nintendo Voice.
Take care, everybody.
See you later, everyone.
Till next time.